We'll get to those stories shortly, but first tonight at 11, a huge Supreme Court decision announced today, and the wheels were set in motion right here in Rhode Island. Thanks for joining us. I'm John DeLuca. The 6-3 ruling overturns what's known as the Chevron precedent, significantly weakening the power of federal agencies to approve regulations. Now, the Rhode Island case involved two fishing boats that were required to hire federal government monitors and then pay those monitors. The companies that own those boats had no issue with the monitors keeping an eye on how they were fishing, but they did have an issue with having to pay for it. A court in Providence applied the 80s era Chevron principle, a Supreme Court decision requiring courts to give deference to federal agencies when creating regulations based on an ambiguous law.
The statute said you could do this in Alaska and you could do this in for foreign fishing, but it didn't say you could do that in Rhode Island. And Congress was pretty specific. So we thought it was absolutely clear that the statute didn't allow this, and the government brought up Chevron. Well, once they brought up Chevron, we were off to the races.
The Supreme Court combined another similar case in New Jersey with this Rhode Island case before making its ruling today. The attorney who you just heard from, who's representing the Rhode Island fishermen, says the case will now head back to Providence, where the judge will decide if charging for the monitors is still legal if you don't consider Chevron. The court's 3 liberal justices voted against it. Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey posted to social media saying, in part, the activist far-right justices have once again abandoned the Supreme Court's bedrock commitment to precedent, overturning long-settled law just like they did 2 years ago with Roe v. Wade. Senator Markey says he plans to introduce legislation that would restore the policy-making freedom government agencies enjoyed under Chevron.